Ladies and gentlemen, football fans across the city of brotherly love and beyond, picture this. It's Black Friday at the Link, the air thick with that unmistakable Philly grit, turkey leftovers still digesting, and the Eagles faithful belting out, "Fly Eagles Fly," like it's the Super Bowl all over again. But what happens next? A bone-crunching hit on your star quarterback that flips the script on a game slipping away. Welcome to the highlight, or should I say, the penalty flag, that had everyone from South Philly to Soldier Field buzzing. I'm your host for this Eagles breakdown, and today, we're diving deep into that roughing the passer call on Bears DT Jervin Dexter Sr. that sparked a flicker of hope in an otherwise gut-wrenching 25-14 loss to Chicago. Buckle up, because this one's got drama, controversy, and a whole lot of what-ifs for our birds. Let's rewind the tape to that pivotal third-quarter moment, folks. The Eagles, down 10-3 and staring down a 3rd and long from their own 20, are gasping for air. Jalen Hurts, our dual-threat dynamo, the Alabama alum who's rewritten the script on what a mobile QB can do in green, drops back, scans the field, and fires a quick dart to Devonta Smith for a measly 1 yard. The ball's out, Hurts is deflating like a balloon, but here comes Dexter, the second-year stud from Florida, barreling in late with a thud that plants Jalen right into the frozen turf at Lincoln Financial Field. Bam! Flags fly, and the Zebras don't hesitate. 15 yards for roughing the passer. Unnecessary contact on a defenseless quarterback. They say, no helmet to helmet, no blindside blind rage, but enough post-release aggression to trigger those sacred NFL QB protection rules. And just like that, a likely punt turns into fresh life. What a swing, right? Without that call, Chicago's defense, led by that relentless front with Montez Sweat twisting like a tornado, probably stuffs Philly for a 3-and-out, and the Bears keep their foot on the gas. Instead, Hurts channels that adrenaline, scrambles for 23 yards on the next snap, hits A.J. Brown on a slick 16-yard out route. Remember, A.J.'s that Ole Miss beast who bullies corners like it's his day job, and then unleashes a 33-yard laser to Brown in the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. Game tied at 10, all after a missed extra point that had us all holding our breath. That sequence. Pure poetry in a game that was otherwise a slog for Philly's offense, which managed just one more score all day. It's the kind of momentum shift that echoes the Birds' 2017 miracle run, when a single flag or fumble could ignite Nick Foles' magic. But here's the rub. The Bears lead the league in roughing penalties this year, 9 and counting, thanks to that aggressive D-line getting a tad too handsy. Dexter. This wasn't his first dance. He drew one earlier against the Vikings. Teachable moment, as Bears coach Matt Eberflus called it post-game, or just the cost of playing on the edge. Now, let's zoom out and talk analysis, because as much as we love the drama, this hit's just a symptom of bigger battles. Hurts has been under siege all season, sacked 4 times in this one alone, including a strip on that infamous tush-push that haunts my nightmares from last year's collapse. Remember the brotherly shove? It was our secret weapon, converting 95% of the time in 2024, but against Chicago's swarm, it turned into a fumble at the 12-yard line, gifting them prime real estate. Jalen's stats through 12 games? Solid but streaky. Over 3,000 passing yards, 20 touchdowns through the air, but 8 picks that sting like a Cowboys rivalry loss. Add in 11 rushing scores. He's one of just 5 QBs ever with 20-plus passing and 10-plus rushing TDs in a season, and you've got a guy who's carrying Philly on his broad shoulders. But with Saquon Barkley pounding for 85 yards and change, and Devonta Smith snagging 6 catches despite a late ding, the inconsistency screams coaching tweaks. Nick Sirianni's got to dial up more play action to protect that O-line, or we're talking red zone woes like the 2023 fade that nearly broke our hearts. Statistically speaking, this loss drops the Eagles to 8-4, their second straight L after coughing up a 21-point lead to Dallas last week. Echoes of that infamous collapse that had Birds fans trading green jerseys for therapy sessions. Compare it to the 2017 squad. They were 9-3 at this point, riding Carson Wentz's hot streak before the injury bug bit, en route to that confetti-soaked Super Bowl parade down Broad Street. Philly's third in the NFC East now, trailing those smug Cowboys at 9-3, with the Giants and Commanders nipping at our heels in what might be the league's bloodiest division. Fun trivia to lighten the mood. Did you know the Eagles' "Fly Eagles Fly" chant dates back to the 60s, but it exploded during that 17 run? It's the soundtrack to our soul. Belt it with me now. And speaking of legacies, think Reggie White's Minister of Defense sacks or Brian Dawkins' flying through the air picks. Today's D, with Jalen Carter notching a sack in this one, channels that fire but couldn't contain Chicago's 281 rushing yards. Bears RB Kyle Manangai. Over 120 yards, turning their ground game into a sledgehammer. Caleb Williams, the Heisman kid, stayed cool with 220 yards and a score, but their 9 penalties, including Dexter's, were the real giveaway artists. Pulling from the post-game chatter, and trust me, X is lit up like a Christmas tree with this, Eagles fans are split. Some call it a ref bailout in a butcher job of a game, while Bears backers gripe, Dexter's penalty lit the fuse for Philly's only spark, idiotic. Fictional scoop from the locker room. Imagine Hurts, icing his ribs, flashing that trademark grin to reporters. Man, hits like that? Part of the gig. But when the league steps in to protect you, you make him proud. Turn it into points, not pity. Sirianni, ever the optimist, chimes in, Jalen's tougher than a cheesesteak wit whiz. We'll bounce back, establish that identity we've been chasing. And from a Birds diehard in the parking lot, tailgate cooler in hand, that flag? Divine intervention. But losing to the Bears on Black Friday? That's un-American. Time to rally, Philly. Fast forward to the NFL's Game Day Accountability Squad. No suspension brewing here. It's not the egregious knee-to-the-groin stuff we've seen ding guys like Myles Garrett. But fines. Oh, they're coming Tuesday, December 2nd, straight from the league's wallet watchers on NFL.com. First offense clocks in around $17,389 for unnecessary contact. Bump it to $23,186 since it's Dexter's repeat rodeo. The Bears are bracing. Eberfluss already spun it as a growth opportunity for his young D-tackles. Broader ripple? Hurts has absorbed way too many licks this year. If the league dings Dexter hard, it's a nod to QB safety that saved careers from Donovan McNabb's era to now. For Philly, this stings deeper than any fine. Playoff odds dip to 75% for the Sharpies, with a must-win at the Chargers on Monday night, December 8th, looming like a ghost of road woes past. Look, Eagles Nation, we've been here before. The 08 heartbreak, the 17 redemption, that eternal Cowboys feud where every snap feels like settling a family grudge. But here's my hot take, straight from a guy who's bled green since Reggie White's glory days. This roughing saga? It's the wake-up call. With A.J. Brown terrorizing secondaries like a pop culture Avenger, think Black Panther in shoulder pads, and Saquon channeling prime Barkley Thunder, the Birds can still storm the NFC. Predictions? I see him ripping off 4 of 5 down the stretch, sneaking the division by a field goal over Dallas, and hosting a playoff bloodbath. Expert echo from ESPN's Tim McManus, Philly's too talented to fade. That penalty was karma for a team that's due. So, as the fines drop and the tape rolls, let's channel that Dawkins energy. Fierce, unyielding, unbreakable. Tune in Monday night for the Chargers clash. Scream it from the rooftops. Fly, Eagles, fly. This is your Eagles alert. Stay locked in, because the comeback's just getting started. What a sport. What a story. Back to you in the studio.